And the false doctrines continue. This pre-tribulation rapture thing, there's just all sorts of... I'll tell you what, the people that I thought might be alright, and there's people like that I knew that were sort of like false prophets, but I was keeping an eye on what they were saying. But they're just coming out more blatantly now, and the ones that I weren't sure about, I thought that might be alright, like, are coming out with things now, like they're trying to get things sold for another person. And it's like, don't sell God by the pound. Anyway, other things irritate me as well, like, you know, this like false pre-trib rapture lie. It's getting on my nerves, right? You know, the more they tell a lie, you know, they say that if you don't like it, they're getting angry now. They're saying that the more that you don't like it, well, that must mean that you haven't got the intelligence to figure anything out because you don't agree with their false doctrine, yeah? Something that they've figured out, right? Not what the Bible says, because that ain't in the Bible. The pre-trib rapture is not in the Bible because we have to decide whether we're taking the mark or not. That appears halfway through the tribulation, so we're going to be here, guys. So, yeah. And basically, he's saying, this guy, if you don't like it, then you haven't got two brain cells to rub together, and he talks really, really, really fast, like, you know, yeah, I can keep up with you, bro, but, you know, do you think that's going to, like, melt me down so that, like, you know, I'll go and believe all your lies? Yeah, you know who your father is, don't you, really? Yeah? Because do you realise how many people you're going to be responsible for killing? Because you pulled them all away from God because there was no rapture in the end and they just blamed God instead of like blaming you for being a false prophet. And you know that because you're not going to get it in the neck, are you? You're not going to be the one that gets it. They're going to pull away from God instead, and you think you've got it clever, you know what I mean? Because you're going to miss all that. They're not going to come back at you. But anyway, you know exactly what you're doing, don't you? Sick of it. And then there's another one called Wisdom from the Greater Community. Ah, so your community is better than anyone else's community, is it? That's the arrogance of Satan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting sick of it. Why is it as well, as soon as somebody dies, yeah, it's conspiracy. Yeah, it says in the Bible, not everything's a conspiracy. Yeah, not everything is. And it's like, you know, you can't just jump on a bandwagon and, like, as soon as somebody dies, say that somebody's like the Illuminati's killed them. You know, some people do actually die, like, you know what I mean? Without the hand of, like, the Illuminati or whatever else, like, you know what I mean? It's not always them that are involved, you know what I mean? It's just like, what's the probability of that? You're going to get a high percentage, but, like, come on, at the end of the day, it's like enough already. As soon as something happens, it's like it's a conspiracy. Somebody's whacked them. Somebody from the Illuminati's whacked them. No, it's not always the case. It's not always the case. People die, yeah, and they're not even associated with the Illuminati, whatever they're. Satan's crew. Anyway, stop lying about the pre-tribulation rapture, because it's not going to happen. Look at the order of events in the Bible, will ya? Before you start saying that people that have sussed you out haven't got two brain cells to rub together because they don't subscribe to your false doctrine. You made it up. It's not in the Bible, because we're going to be in here for so many different reasons in the 7-year tribulation. We are going to be here for a lot of different reasons. Mark of the Beast is one of them, because we've got to avoid it. That's just one of the things. Alrighty-o. I'll leave you all with that. Just careful what you're doing. There's like nearly everyone that I'm coming across now, there's a glitch. Even those that are really sound, they're on the Homeland Security page. I'm like, what? What a big letdown. Well, we know the damage these guys do, as I said in a previous video. Will anyone take any notice? I don't know. We'll have to see. Then there's another guy that says that he's the only one that's prophesying on